Brave Leonard here, and welcome to episode number 5 of our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney playthrough. We are here back in court today. We're going to be spending our day in court, defending ourselves this time, because if you missed the last episode, we have now been arrested due to the fact that we met a new character, Red White, who runs Blue Court, and he's a very powerful man who has his fingers in a lot of pies. And he's basically paid off everybody, including like the police force and everybody, and he's paid off people to have us arrested as and tried as the murderer of Mia. So we're gonna take it away now and see what's going on here. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah, one way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah, Phoenix, look. Edgeworth is here. I can't remember. I kind of can't remember what voice I gave Edgeworth. It was kind of just like an edgy voice, wasn't it? Like, I received a call from the public prosecutor's office yesterday. He told me that whatever Mr. White says today will be the absolute truth, no matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. So White's got the judge in his pocket too as well, so that's not good. So you're saying I'm going to be guilty? End of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get a defendant declared guilty. So, I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, court will be opening for session soon. Yeah, your defense attorney isn't even here yet. He's not... I'll be defending myself. Okay, let's do this. Alright, so Phoenix actually knows Edgeworth from, I'm guessing from like law school or something. Perhaps. I don't know whether, with him being defense and Edgeworth being prosecution, I don't know whether they go to the same school. I have no idea. So, here we are. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. And of course, we are defending ourselves this time. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor, I'll be defending myself. Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of another witness in the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. Alright. Yeah, it's like he already knows. Alright. So let's object. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe me an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fay? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that was needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanour. Oh, the cocky so-and-so. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Alright, let's have a listen to what Mr. Red White has got to say. Look at him, the smarmy git. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Oh, look at all the bling he's got. Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? They certainly do. I'm very confused as to everything that he's saying. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Court. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fay? That would be negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct! And you witnessed the murder from there. Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. Alright, so we've got to rip this testimony apart. Let's see what's going on here. What has he got to say in his testimony? Put your bling away, man. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Alright, so the witness testimony, witness's account for the murder. Let's see what he says. Let's see, I believe it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, that is, reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but she gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction, then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Alright, so we've got to try and come up with something here. It seemed pretty airtight to me, to be honest. It was about 9, which I believe it was. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 9, wasn't it? It was 9. Yeah, I don't think I got anything from there. I was quietly perusifying that he's reading to you some papers by the window. Heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. But what? Let's just have a look at a few things. So let's check the floor plans. Okay. I want to check. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but was caught and struck. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was surprised, of course. Okay. I think we need to press on a few things here. So let's start by just pressing the start. How do you know what time it was? Because I'm always absolutely perfect, you know? Okay. Miss May ordered room service for 9. It happened soon after the room service arrived. Yeah. Okay, we're going to press further. Let's see what they say. The bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May, but he testified that he did not see you at the time. This is your concern? Silly lawyer. Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course he could not see me. He would need X-ray vision to pull off something like that. Tell us, what were you doing at that time? Alright. So he was reading. So let's press that. By window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co. Law Office? Correct. That is the only window, you see. And there you were reading papers? Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I'm a busy man who had business to do. He had a bedlam coming from outside. Well, let's press. We're going to press everything. It's the easiest way, I think, to try and get some sort of answer. Okay. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. Alright, let's see what he says here. So you're reading your papers until you hear that sound. You made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Spiky-haired? No. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. Oh dear. His eyesight's good, okay. We know that the judge is on the other side. Right, so does Miss May's testimony actually... The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. So it doesn't actually say anything about the person. So I can't use that. I called Miss May over at once. She too was surprised, of course. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she'd been tapping the Fay office phone? Typical. I cannot. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fay woman. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Okay, let's press. Can you be a little bit more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. Aha! Yes, that directly contradicts what May said. You gave chase and struck her down. Okay. As you know, I am always absolutely perfect. Okay, so we've got a change in testimony here. Victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Let's present... Because it specifically says ran to the right, so let's present that. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. The victim ran to the left as you claim she did. She would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very, very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Yeah, I think I can. Both are right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha, I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law office of the Fay & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Alright, so we've got a point where he was standing. Pretty sure that it means there. Right there. This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order! I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so he's not really worried. The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologise. Mr. Your Honour, may I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Let's see what he's got. She ran to the left. Let's see what he's got on this one now. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her, savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? Well, if so, that'll go against her autopsy report. In theory. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honour. Yeah, so at some point... So let's quickly check on the... Let's quickly check on the autopsy report. Died from a blow by a blunt object. It doesn't. It doesn't actually... It doesn't actually. She first ran to the left. Then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. I'm going to present the autopsy report. Died from a blow by a blunt object. It just says one. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. Huh? What do you have to say to that? Okay, let's aim where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honour, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony... The witness is obviously confused, Your Honour. I would like to request a 10-minute break. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honour. Alright, don't let him get away. The crowd's on my side, at least, if nobody else is. Oh yeah, we do get a... we do get a revised testimony. The two accounts. Let's see what he's got to say now. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Okay. None of this seems... Mr. Your Honour, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Alright. So let's see what we can do with this testimony then. I'll be honest, it's that ridiculous that it's hard to think what you're supposed to present on what here. Miss Mia ran to the left. Killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. She turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Attacked her, but she dodged. So I looked at the other window. Alright, let's just press on that one. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Oh, that. The glass light stand. Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, it does. Press further. Mr. White. What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. Alright, so we get extra testimony here. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. So, is it the floor plan I need to provide here? Yeah, because you're not going to be able to see that from through the window. Yeah, we'll object right there. Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you'll be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what did you have to say to that? The ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. It looks like I've broken him. Mr. White? Mr. White, you did it, didn't you? Your Honor, I miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. What's Edgeworth got in store here? I thought we hadn't heard enough of Edgeworth. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now, What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corps. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office, am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That's when I saw the accursed light stand. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass light stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. However, it is fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. He went in to place the wiretap. Could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretap. Leave it to me. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're back in it again. The wiretapping. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That's when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over, by the sound? Correct, that is right. Okay. Okay, we've not got a lot to go on here. Definitely not got a lot to go on with this one. So the wiretapping. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Right, does the wiretap have anything? It's just found in Miss May's hotel room. When was this? September 5th. So yeah, none of these help with that. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Darling, there's nothing there for me to press him on. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to just press. Press on everything. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Okay, so that's definitely before the murder, alright. Let's press on that. Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fay & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. So yeah, he's already got fingerprints saying he's been in there. Several days old, but that's when he was stealing, so. Why did you tap Mia's phone? He's just going to object on everything here. Responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a glass light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauteous thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. So I've got to make something up. Almost, in order to get this. Hang on. Maybe that receipt's got something. Oh, don't tell me I've run out of ammo. I'm afraid that it's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Okay, well, apparently we're giving up. Phoenix. Phoenix, over here. I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. Mia. And we fainted. Where am I? The waiting lobby. What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Alright. Hey, Phoenix! That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're Maya. Didn't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, It appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So Maya is channeling you, Mia? That's right. I am Maya, but I am also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's why I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Oh, yeah. The one you wrote Maya on. Phoenix, White wrote that, not me. So, what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. It looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4th. September 4th? That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Alright. See, that was my thought, that I was going to have to present that receipt. But not there. I didn't realise that you'd go through it, and I was going to present that on that third time through when it stopped me. I was going to actually present that, but... The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant rather... Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yeah, sorry, Your Honour. I'm fine now. Let's start where we left off. Your Honour, there is nothing to go back to. The court cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant Phoenix Wright. Your Honour, please, give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I ask you. I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Excellent. Excellent. We get back to this again. It was beginning of September, the week before the murder. Receipt. Present. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honour, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of the purchase? Well, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. He's losing it. Well, Your Honour, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then that is all for the trial of... Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Forgot he's Edgeworth. Yeah, exactly, he's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? That isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Okay, I'm going to object. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There's no need to prolong this trial any further. If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether your claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. There's no telling what will happen tomorrow if I can't end this now. Edriff is sure to come up with or just make something up. And after Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course, thank you for your time. The witness will stay. Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? Memo received. Your Honor, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I'd like to read to the court. Oh, what does it say? A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. The memo Mia gave me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! Please, please stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. Well, this court finds the defense, rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. We've managed to get ourselves the not guilty verdict. Just as needed. That is all. Court is adjourned. Alright, defendant lobby number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live. My time here is running out. Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No. There's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not a chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight, say 9? The office? I'll see you later. Alright, so what's going to go on at the office here? 9:02 PM at the Fae & Co. law offices. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came. I was kind of worried you might not. Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? Oh, what? Did I look like my sister? I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me a lunch, would you? Maya, what are you doing here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office, this office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Faye, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick, Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? We're partners. You know, when I think about it, it's Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices. Got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Alright. And there we go. I believe that that's the end of this. Oh, okay. Right, okay, Nick, let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a wasting. Okay, wait up. And there we go. That is the end of Turnabout Sisters. Yeah. Brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Samurai is up next. That'll be the 3rd episode of the game, 6th episode of the playthrough. So yeah, if you're looking forward to that, and if you don't want to miss any of the Phoenix Wright playthrough, then please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, and well, of course, check out the playlist of Phoenix Wright so that you don't miss the next episode. That'll be uploaded on Saturday. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We're going to leave this episode off here now that we've got ourselves off and opened up the new Wright & Co. law offices. And I will see you next time. Stay brave, guys. How will I sit in silence?